Welcome back to our podcast, Keys to Success for Music Majors. My name is Katrina Roush, and I'm a professor of music theory at the University of Texas Rio Grande Valley.
And I'm Charley Roush. I'm a librarian at UTRGV. I specialize in music, but I can help with all kinds of research questions.
So today we have a few things we want to talk to you about. First of all, I wanted to talk about what a syllabus is and how you can make it work for you. So if you're anything like me, in the first week of school, when you get a syllabus for every single class, which could be like, I know some of you take like 7 or 8 classes, that's a ton of information, right? And some of them are really, really long. And so I think can be a bit overwhelming. So when I was a student, I was always overwhelmed the first week of school by having this like, before, we used Blackboard and stuff, we just had stacks of syllabi that we were working with. And so I wanted to let you know that the syllabus actually is there for you to use and to be helpful for you. And so I wanted to explain a little bit about how you can use it. So first of all, it's good to know that your professors write the syllabus for your class, particularly for your class. So we change them and update them as we go to make sure that things make sense. And so there are a few, basically 3 things I want you to remember that you can use when you're working with your syllabus. So first of all, it's always good to keep your syllabus handy in a place where you can always access it. This means don't just look at it on the internet, but keep it in a place that's offline. So if you have any internet issues or you're in a place where you can't access the internet, you can still look at your syllabus. The second tip I have is to always go to your syllabus if you have a general question about how the class works before you ask your professor. Often the answer to your question will be in the syllabus. And for me as a professor, sometimes I actually refer to my own syllabus when I'm answering your questions. So you can save a little bit of time by looking there. And then if you can't find what you need, of course, you can always come to us with the question. The third thing is that there are several extra important sections in the syllabus that you'll use more than the other sections. I think it's really nice to have a little cheat sheet, like just a little piece of paper or a document, or I like to use the Notes app on my iPhone, and that way I always have it with me. So write down things like your professor's contact information, if they have office hours, when they are, and how you can access those, due dates for different assignments and exams, and also certain policies, like what to do if you have to miss an exam or if you're trying to turn in an assignment late, so that you know how to work with different situations that arise like that. So I think like late and missed work policies are really important to know because those situations can arise sometimes with an emergency, and that way you don't have to scramble to find it in your syllabus if you already have it written down in another place. And every professor will deal with those things differently, so it's good to be able to keep that straight. So if you remember those few things, you can actually make the syllabus a useful and helpful document and not just something that overwhelms you. Alrighty,
and I wanted to talk for a second about how to get in touch with the library specifically. And with everybody social distancing, a lot of folks staying in more, I've been occasionally ordering things online and they're shipped here. And, sometimes something will come damaged. All right. And then it's like, oh, goodness, I have to figure out how to contact customer service and set up a return. And this just turns into sort of a nightmare situation. So I don't know where on the website to go or who to talk to. And so this idea of like finding who to communicate with is becoming a lost art these days. And then I feel frustrated, like how do I get inside this elaborate network of links and pages to find the right contact info or the right button to push? And then I just feel like, man, I just wish I could talk to my computer. And then that reminds me of a really fun scene from a really great movie, Star Trek 4. I don't know if you've seen it, but you see they have to go back in time, right, to save the whales or something. And they're like in the 1980s, but they're all these like geniuses from the future, okay? And Scotty, who doesn't love Mr. Scott, right? And he's like, he has to use the computer in the 1980s. And so he doesn't know what to do because he's used to the future, and he's like, computer, and like everybody's looking at him like he's crazy. And then finally someone hands him a mouse, and then he's like, he looks at it and his face brightens up, and you think he's going to use the computer like normal, but then no, he thinks it's like a speaker, and he's like, hello, computer. And then everybody's looking at him like he's really crazy, and then someone goes, just use the keyboard. And then he gets all sad, and he's like, the keyboard, how quaint.
You are such a dork.
No, Star Trek 4, guys, trust me, watch it. It's a great movie. Okay, anyways, I got off track a little bit there. How do you get in touch with the library? All right, here's a little bit of quick info. This is our library's homepage. All you have to do is Google UTRGV library, and you can easily see a great place to start to search for your resources and databases and information. The thing I want to talk about is on the right-hand side of the screen. All you have to do is click on Ask Us. And this is going to be your one-stop shop on how to ask research questions or get in touch with a librarian. We give you lots of options. You can chat with us. You can send an email. There's ways to call or text, or even scheduling a meeting through Zoom. So we try to give you options. We may not be able to provide like an instantaneous answer, but it is our priority to be in touch with you if you do have any questions. Katrina is going to also point to a few specific emails you can contact us at, but just wanted to give you a few general things from the library website. And watch Star Trek 4.
Yeah, so after you're done watching Star Trek 4, if you want to get in touch with us, you can use this contact information. So the first email there is my personal email at my job. So you can email me if you have questions about the music program or things about being a music major. If you have questions about music research or music library materials, you should definitely ask Charlie about that. So there's his email, the second one. If you have more general questions about just research at the library or how to start a project, if you have something that's not necessarily music specific, you can email Charlie's team at Research and Instruction at UTRGV, and that will get you, there's like, what, 6 or 7 people that work in that department. They're all really great and they can help you out. And then at the bottom, of course, if you have anything you want to talk about with us in terms of the podcast, you can email us at UTRGVKeysToSuccess@gmail.com. If you have any suggestions for future topics for our podcast, we would love to hear that. And any questions or comments you have, of course, you can always comment below on the video or on social media, or feel free to send us an email and let us know what you think.
Alrighty, so that's about it. We wish everyone the best of luck as the semester progresses, and please do be in touch if you have any questions. We're happy to hear from you, and we'll talk to y'all later.
See you guys next week.